Wait a minute, why do these wheat scents smell like whiskey? How y'all doing? This is Brian from Change is Good, and this is episode number 11 of the Jim Beam wheat scent bottles. These are truly unsearched wheat scents from a bar in Joplin, Missouri. I have more information about their history in the video description. After I pour these coins out of the Jim Beam bottles, I roll them up upside down so I couldn't see the dates. Therefore, I have no idea what's in these rolls. I'll be hunting each roll off camera and come back with a full recap of the roll afterwards. The recaps will include anything from the 1930s and earlier, including semi-key or key dates and any varieties or significant mint errors we find. And as a reminder, if you like this type of content, hit that like, share, and subscribe, and now let's get started. And here we go, roll number 1. Alright, the first roll is done. It had 3 finds. The first one is a 1919S, our first find from the teens. Unfortunately, as you can see, it's been drilled. We also had 2 1957Ds with 3-punched mint marks. Let's go to the scope. At this angle, if you look up close, you'll see splitting at the top left and bottom left corners of the mint mark. On this example, you'll see splitting at the top left corner of the mint mark. These are 2 of many different repunched mint marks you can find on the 1957D. And now let's dig into roll number 2. Alright, the second roll had 3 finds as well. We had 1 find from the teens. It's hard to see the date, but this is a 1913 Philadelphia. It's in terrible shape, but we'll take it. We also had 1 find from the 30s, a 1935 Philadelphia. And the third find is a 1958D with a repunched mint mark. Let's check it out up close. Up close, you can see splitting at the top left and bottom left corners of the mint mark. This is one of many different repunched mint marks you can find on the 1958D. Hey, roll number 3, you're up. Alright, the third roll had 1 find. It's a nice looking 1952D with a repunched mint mark. Let's head back to the scope. Up close, you can see a big notch at the top left corner of the mint mark and splitting at the bottom left corner. It's a pretty obvious RPM. Now let's get back to it. And now let's move on to roll number 4. Well, the fourth roll was loaded. It had 8 finds. The first one is a find from the teens, a 1911 Philadelphia. Considering its age, it's in pretty good condition. We had 2 finds from the 20s, a 1929D and a 1929S. We also had 2 finds from the 30s, a 1935P and a 1936P. For the remaining 3 finds, we'll go to the scope. On this 1957D, you can see a die chip here between the letters B and E in Liberty. This has been nicknamed a BIE die chip error because the die chip often resembles the letter I. These are very popular among error collectors. On this 1952D, we have a repunched mint mark, as you can see notching at the top left and bottom left corners of the mint mark. And last up, we have a 1958D with a repunched mint mark as well, as you can see splitting in the same areas. And here's our last chance for glory, roll number 5. Okay, the last roll had 2 finds. The first one is from the 30s, a 1939 Philadelphia. And the last find for the hunt is a 1957D with a die chip in the 9 and a repunched mint mark. Let's check it out. Here's a closer look at the die chip in the 9 and the repunched mint mark, as you can see a split at the bottom left corner of the D. Alright, now let's do a recap of the hunt. Well, that was an awesome hunt. We had 16 finds in total, including 3 finds from the teens, a 1911P, a 1913P, and a 1919S. We also had 2 finds from the 20s, a 1929D and a 1929S. We had 4 finds from the 30s, a pair of 1935Ps, 1936P, and 1939P. And as icing on the cake, we had 7 repunched mint marks, all from the 1950s. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and it made you want to become an antique dealer, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have any feedback or questions about any of the finds in this video, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll get back with you. Thanks again, and remember, every coin has a story. And some of those stories will have holes in the plot. I'll see y'all next time.